Okay, everybody, you. See how fast we catch up here. That's pretty fast. Yeah, see how fast we catch up here. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and just reveal my face. Okay, apologies for being so late again. With Misjudge, I figured, since I'm not posting this everywhere like I do, like I used to do every weekday, and I'm just doing it once a week, I figure, hey, I can go in a little bit later than 11 o'clock. I can go at 11:15 and be ready by 11:30, but that doesn't happen. So now here I am 15 minutes late because I didn't get everything done. Usually I have to use the restroom, usually I have to get my coffee, whatever. I have to pop things up. I'm doing this a little bit differently. The as far as the video in the background, yeah, I'm still using that shuffle music video. It'll still be looping, but I'm just doing that because I'm checking to see if the copyright it has to do with the other video, which I think it does. Supposedly royalty free. The reason this isn't the reason I don't think the shuffle dance video isn't copyrighted is because they actually take this from other dancers like Instagrams and TikToks and whatever, and or even from their own YouTube channel. And uh, most of these people are just, I say people, they're mostly women, but most of these people are just dancing and they're not that interested in the copyright portion of it, I guess. I mean, maybe they are, and I don't know, but all these compilations are like far removed. In fact, it usually doesn't even have the original song that the original video would have had. So and they're usually edited together, and so you can't really copyright it. That's why I don't think any of these mixes. So this probably will not ping the copyright thing. So both yesterday and the day before, streams did, even though it said the that the copyright holder allows it, and I think it's just because that's that um, those animated patterns and stuff were the animated patterns weren't um anyways, they're free and stuff, and so I guess technically they have a copyright, but they let you use it for free. I don't know. If I ever made loops for people just to use, I think I would probably just make them free, public domain. Uh, well, I don't know. Maybe I'd put them under a CC deal. Like it'd be like a zero, like no attribution or nothing. I don't know. I might say don't claim that that you created them, you know. But maybe I wouldn't worry about it. Maybe I'd just make them complete public domain and just say I appreciate a mention, but you don't have to, kind of thing. Start making munches of those. Um, there is a thing though. There is a kind of a scam that goes on YouTube sometimes though, where somebody will take somebody else's work and then they'll copyright it and then they'll claim it has the copyright even if you're the original creator of it. So maybe in that case, I should make sure that it has a license with it that says, public domain or whatever, or something. Or doing a deal where it's where I still have it copyrighted, but you can do it attribute free. Is there a CC for that, where it's not actually public domain, but it's actually licensed, but uh, it doesn't require you as a person to do anything with it. That is, you don't have to attribute somebody or anything. So it acts like public domain, but in cases of something like somebody trying to copyright it or trying to, trying to copyright it's a good deal. Trying to claim it's their own, yeah. Anyways, okay, so let us let's get on with it, right? Now, of course, now there's only just me and me watching, so apologies to anybody that stepped in here and didn't stay. Okay, up and running and seeing if I can't get chapter 6 in good ways. I think I can finish 6 and 16 by the end of Friday. So yeah, I think I can get chapter 6 and 16 by the end of Friday, because now all I have to do is kind of make the content, right? I don't have to think up the content so much as just make it, right? Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is I want to go over this and I want to decide how I'm going to. Well, actually, I'm going to do it manually, but I'm going to decide how the pages should go. I guess what I should do is I should make each of these titles. Um, yeah, I think I'll do that. Interesting. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out in all the phases if I ever get that far. Because when I get to actually making it like a full on text adventure with type parser and everything and inventory and puzzles and whatever, it's going to be significantly different. So we'll see how my breakdown actually works out. Um, I I'm hoping by, especially since I'm using the same story. I'm not using the same story because of this, but I'm hoping that when I use the same story and at times when I expand the story out a little bit, uh, that that it makes the other phases like a lot quite a bit quicker. The one thing that it's going to be though is it's going to be more um, things going to take more time is the coding, and then I guess the kind of the drawing, the content stuff, because when I actually start making pictures and stuff, I'll have to think up stuff and hopefully, actually, hopefully I can start soon. I should probably be already doing it anyways. I should already be starting to think of visuals, backgrounds, rooms, locations. I should still be. I'm doing kind of a basic mapping, but I haven't really got hardcore into the map part, and I'm gonna have to do that on stream too. So I'm gonna have to do that sometime soon. I might could make sure that I wait until I might sure make sure that I could wait until I got this phase done, this first phase done, before I actually start thinking about doing concepting and stuff. Because basically, uh, the only time that I got to work on this is what you see here on the stream. So, uh, yeah, okay, here we go. Is only what you see here on the stream. So if I need to do concept stuff, if I need to draw some sketches, whatever, um, I can't do that off stream. I mean, I could do it off stream, but it would mean you not seeing part of the deal. Now, obviously, you might disagree with how much I need to show, even if I'm showing everything, because maybe maybe you can do the rest of the story stuff off stream because you've already seen how it works, right? So I'm still iffy about that because I'm just like I still want kind of a visual record, like a documentation. And then of course the other issue with that is the fact that I don't actually record the full stream. I just I record my progress a little bit. I have the update videos, but the actual streams only really live on YouTube. And I suppose uh, if they let you download it, what I should do is I should download all of them, and maybe I should start recording them. I'm not sure. Um, the thing is the the recording, the stream recording would actually be more for documentation purposes. In other words, I'd have it there. Um, I probably wouldn't do anything with them. I mean, they sit on the hard drive or on whatever drive I have it on, and I probably wouldn't necessarily use it for upcoming videos. Why? The whole reason I'm not recording right now is because it takes forever just to go through a 3 or 4 hours, even an hour and a half at a time, going through 3 hours of video footage just so you can pull out some interesting moments, right? That's kind of why they have the replay we got a replay buffer. In fact, I'll go ahead and start it. I probably won't use it like always, but that's why they have the replay buffer, right? So you can just record moments and you don't have to record the full thing. In fact, Twitch, if I understand it correctly, doesn't actually save recordings. So if you don't have anything recorded, then there's not going to be any record of it, right? So that's also why YouTube is a little bit better. YouTube and Rumble, I should say. Rumble's probably fine. In fact, I wouldn't mind completely switching to Rumble, and not regarding YouTube, except YouTube is still kind of the biggest thing, and as far as getting discovered, right? Rumble's focus still isn't like with creator like makers, I should say, not creators. Creators, as the term being someone that does video content, right? But a maker is somebody that makes stuff, arts and crafts, building stuff, practical stuff, mechanics, whatever. Anything that you make stuff with that's not the computer itself, right? Um, need that. Let's do this. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't even mind switching completely to Rumble if Rumble was a little bit more maker centric, I should say. I mean, political. They have tons of political stuff. They might have other stuff, but a maker, a creative person, and it could be just a programmer. It could be a scientist. I don't, a mathematician or whatever. That actually has, how do I say it? Non reality TV stuff, non news stuff is what I'm trying to say. Until they start actually supporting more of those types of deals, Rumble's still going to be kind of behind. The reason YouTube is so ahead isn't just the fact that it's more mature and they got these systems set up, but it's also because they support makers of all kinds, you know. And like I said, um, it doesn't have to be actual arts and crafts or building. It can be, like I said, it can be teaching stuff, education, right? It can be fitness, right? Um, but right now, the Rumble seems to emphasize their live streams and the political commentary. And I'm glad they don't censor political commentary like YouTube does. Um, and me being a conservative, I think it's probably better on Rumble as far as that goes. But I still like using YouTube for non-political, non-news stuff. Is what I'm saying. If Rumble would kind of emphasize non non-news content, I should say. I won't necessarily say political, but you could say political, non-political, non-news content. Then they'll probably never be that big, right? I don't think. I mean, they might be kind of okay, but Fender, I'm presuming you're watching uh, via Rumble because you're about the only one that goes on to the Rumble. Occasionally, there's another person that goes on to Rumble, but for the most part, you're my only Rumble audience, and right now you're my only audience right now, other than anybody that reads. Anyways, I should get back to work anyways and stop talking like I always do. Okay, so let me look at this real quick. This is going to be a page. This is actually going to be split into two pages. These are each going to be a page, and I guess every page does not need a decision point deal, because right now you don't get full playback anyways. This would almost be like a cutscene thing too, you know. And I should not worry about it being too linear. The story is linear. There's only one way you can go, and for the most part, the interactivity is fairly linear right now. It will become what do they call that? Well, non-linear. It'll become less linear later on when I actually have rooms that you can walk into and out of, and once I have the save state system thing set up. But that's not going to be in this phase. So this phase, I shouldn't be afraid of not having a bunches of decision points, especially considering that this is supposed to be smaller anyways. So there should probably still be a lot of just hit one to continue kind of thing. In fact, I should really start thinking about that more along the lines of that, and just not being afraid that some of these are just going to be pages. And if I do that, then I might also get this done a lot quicker. And if I get this done a lot quicker, then I can get to the next phase. And so the quicker I can do the phases, the more I do the phases, the quicker they get. The more nonlinear the game gets, the more game-like it gets, right? So I should just not be afraid of it and just do it, right? Anyways, let us uh, let us pray. No, let's see something here. It's right about there. I'll make it a tiny IRC window. Well, actually, you know what I'll do? Here, let's do this some here. I'm gonna do this. I still need it to be below, but I'm only gonna just do the top bar below. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna shrink. I'm shrinking my windows. Wrong deal. Okay. I'm shrinking my windows over here on off screen so that I can get more. Yeah. Oh, I know why I did that. In fact, I need. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's why I did that. Doggone it. All right. No, I need the whole stupid chat. I need the chat window here. The whole length of the chat window. And then this needs to actually still go below. So it needs to go like way below. But I can get this as close so that way, and I can just squeeze it there. So that way I can see both the number of watchers. Now I got 2 watchers in YouTube and 1 in Rumble, which is weird, but okay. I'll buy it. Um Maybe I should tile it. Let's see something here. Let's tile it that way. Got it. There we go. That's as tight as I can get it. I can actually get the... Oh, alright. This is actually fine. That way I can see both chats and I can see both viewers, no matter which one's on top. And then I still have enough room here underneath it. Actually, let's do something here. No, that covers up the dang chat. Dang gun it. Okay. That and that. There we go. I guess that'll work. I'm trying to see everything and pain in the butt, whatever. Okay. So let's go back to this. And okay, so what do I need? What do I need to do? What's going on? Welcome. Everyone. Even though there's only one other person in here. Which is okay. A-okay. Alrighty. I'll go ahead and say, tell them in game dev. Next thing, just ask if you want the link. Okay. All right. So this will be 1, this 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3. Four. Okay. These are kind of part of the same dealies. Because what I decided to do is you have to do these two things, and these are actually story beats in the story beat thing. So pages are usually for story beats I have to create after the fact. So that means this will be Kurt returns as he nears the village, sees Max leaving, hides behind the huts. Then he takes care of Red and grabs the totem of leadership, and then returns to Fairy God College. And that would have been the most vaguest, not Vegas like Las Vegas, but Vegas, VAGUEST, vague, right? The most vague, okay. Way I would have done it, and that should have been what I did as a deal. Um, I mean, that's not entirely true. They're separate because they were separate, right? And I would have thought of something in between to about how to do stuff, and that's what I would have done before. But the way I restructured this is that these would actually be the two choices, and so I'd have two choices. I'd do the 2 by 2, and now they're not titles anymore; they're pages. So I need 4 of these, and I need to duplicate 4 of them, and then I need to name them. So doing sort of like I did originally when I started, and then then I'll copy the chapter 6 title 1 page deals, you know. So this first one is of course the title is called Red Hiding Hood, right? Um, Actually, that's correct, isn't it? That is what it's called, right? That's good because I don't need to redo that one. Okay. And this is page 0, and then we're going to go to page 1, 2. Anyways, okay, let's do that. Okay, so let's open this in a new tab. Let's go over here. Let's go to Situation know when. Rush for a change of atmosphere. Can't go on till I give in. Gotta get myself right out of here. I'm thinking, this sounds dumb, so only, since I only got one other person watching, I'm assuming there's only one audience member and that I'm the other two. Uh, I'll just go ahead and tell you, um, assuming that, assuming something dumb. Uh, Here, let's paste 2, paste 3, 4. Okay. But I'm like, so occasionally I'll start singing some song that's stuck in my head. You know, you'll know when it's stuck in my head when I start singing, because otherwise I don't like singing like in front of people. But like what I was thinking, what I should do is I should every one of those songs that I liked. I don't know all the words to a lot of them, right? I know a lot of the words to a lot of them, but a lot of them I don't. And um, even 40 years later, 40, 50 years later, or what, not, wouldn't be 50, but 40 years later, um, uh, like I wouldn't know some of the words. And so I was thinking, you know what I should do is I should like learn like the lyrics to my favorite songs, just learn them completely. So when I start singing, I'll sing the whole dang song, right? And not because I think I'm a great singer or nothing like that, just because it's one of those goofy things, you know. I just if I start singing, if I'm doing something like drawing or doing something mindless where I don't have to think, and I start singing, I just to like sing the whole song, like all the lyrics and everything. Like I should learn the lyrics really well and just sing it, you know, just for the heck of it. Of course, my singing kind of sucks, but I just figured that, you know, it'd be pretty funny just to, you know all the words, and like, because you don't normally know all the words. Like I said, even after 40 years of hearing a song, like my favorite songs, I still didn't know what they were saying half the time. Okay, do I know what I'm doing? No, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so Red Hiding Hood is good for that. Um, so I'm just gonna name these different than I named the other ones, just because they are kind of different. So actually, let's pull up. Well, actually, I have the text right here, don't I? So here, let's shrink this down too. There we go. And see, like, then I can put this over the top because I don't need. Um, okay, so the first one's Ritter Hiding Hood. That's fine. Want proof? She gestures to Max, or so Max in the hut. Um, Continuous decision. They actually make the decision here. Here they don't make the decision. So let's make this a tenuous decision, right? So this is not this is a foregone conclusion here, even though he's given them that he's helping them decide. Originally they decided, right? Most of them decided, or at least Wrath followers decided. Kurt's followers didn't really decide, but in fact, that could be a point here, where they were saying the thing of keeping him being in line with fear. He is the third in command, so they obviously obey him and fear him, even if they don't like him. And so, why is this off the screen? Okay. Um, so yeah. Okay, we are going to. Well, okay. First off, let me. These are all titles, right? These are title deals. Yeah, they're good. They're gonna be titles in the chapter. So, uh, let's go ahead and rename them. Or no, that's the first. That is correct. That is the first title. It's also the first page. That's not what we're doing here. So, title two. Um, rename this to title three, and rename this to title four. Like so. Okay. All right. I'm gonna name the file names for these, okay? And of course Red Hiding Hood is the first one. That's fine. Let's rename this to precarious decision. Precarious? No. Tenuous. No. No, no. Here, let me look up word in here. Define. I want to make sure I have the tenuous, weak or insubstantial, flimsy, precarious or insecure, long and thin, slender. Actually, that's exactly the word I want. Anyways, tenuous. I didn't realize exactly that's what it meant, but that is what it means. So we're going to rename this to a tenuous decision. You could say tenuous position, but no, this isn't about the position one takes. This is about the decision they're about to make. And it's hanging by a thread because they don't trust Red because she was very, let's say, very rude to them, very naughty, very dirty. She could say she was dirty to him. She did him dirty. She did him wrong. Whatever. Whatever. Whatevers. Whatevs. Okay, so that's that one. Okay. Rename. Um, should I just say Kurt's betrayal? Um, jealous Jealous deal? I don't know. Ambition. Werewolf ambition. I already said this before. I have a thing about names, so I have to get the name right. Um, oh, not Tango. Well, it is a Tango's decision, isn't it? Tango's deal. Let's rename that to deal. No. Yeah, deal. Decision is still correct for that, but and then Kurt also makes a deal, but werewolf ambition. Kurt's betrayal. Power play. Okay, sure. Why not power play? It's pretty generic, but power play. Then, what is 4? Title 4. Kurt seals the deal. How about that? Kurt seals his fate. Kurt. Did they say seals the deal or seals his fate? Determines his fate. Kurt seals the deal. Okay. Or payment in full. Kurt does the deed. What's that? Kurt does the deed. Okay. That's good. That works. Okay, so now I have to open them and um yeah, I'll just do it. I'll just let the editor decide where to put it so I can just position it later. But let's go ahead and open these up. I probably don't need to open that one up. I don't know. I guess just open all 4 of them up. Red Hiding Hood. Okay, T1. This is T2. This is T3. This one's T4. And now we want to do this. Kurt does the deed. Okay. So then, let's go ahead and copy this. Oh, wait. Let me see for a second. Okay. All right, let's just do this. Copy. I'm going to paste. I'm going to remove these. That. And we're going to say Control C, Kurt does the deed. Control V, Kurt does the deed. Okay. Kurt does the dirty deed. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap, as the song says. And actually, we're going to copy this, Control C, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to go ahead and down to the door. We're going to say Control V, door to Control V, door to Kurt does the deed. Then what will go up here is we'll say T3, P0. We'll call this power play. Control C. Titles Control V, power play. And this is also going to say power play that, like that. Save. Then we're going to copy this. Control C. We're going to go over here. We're going to do this. Control V. We'll take out the ID number. We'll put the ID here. Right? Power play is next deal over. Okay. And then we will. Right. Now this one is called a tenuous deal. A tenuous deal. So Control C, Control V, okay, and then we'll go down here and also Control V, Control V, there's a period there, those spaces, that, and then we're going to copy this, Control C, Control S, go over to here, we're going to go down here, and we are going to do this, Control V, and door to Control V, and we're just going to remove this, that. Okay. This is the way it goes, and everything, and Bob's your uncle, as they say. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that into the thing here. You know the thing. Reload, save scene. That actually works fine. So now, go ahead and do that. This can actually I can move, well, let's move this up so that, there we go. I'm making these kind of out to the side kind of on purpose. let's actually do one more thing here. Let's take these four. Let's space them kind of way out here, and then that way I can do this. That way I can have some space in between them as I work on the pages here. Okay. Save it. We're going to save room data, and then we are going to. Okay, so the thing we're going to do here though now is we are going to actually we're going to separate these out into their respective pages. Or here, I'll show you what I mean. We're going to modify these. That means I check out everything here. I want to continue because there's going to be some pages in here. Actually, I'm going to take that for some. Oh, I keep forgetting. I can't control S while I'm in the edit thingy. Okay, continue with steel. So, continue with steel is the second page. That. And we can then remove all this. That. Okay. Control S. And we'll save room data. Let's go ahead and edit this. And this one's power play. Okay, and then we go ahead and take these out. Okay, Control S, save room data, and this one. Kurt does the deed. Okay, Control S and save room data. Okay, that means now that I need to create individual pages, which I'll do here in just a moment. Okay, let's back this out here. Let's do a thing down here. Move it down like that. Then let's go ahead and shift, and we're going to move all of these ones up. So, and now let's just shift in a little bit like that. Then let's go ahead and take this and we'll just put this out on the side. We'll save it. We'll save room data, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so the next thing I need to do. Oh, we got half an hour. I'd almost have hoped that I got this completely done here within part one today, but it doesn't look like that'll happen. But since these two are just deals, and then this is the only other one that has a decision point, should be okay. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to go find. Let's go back up in here. Data on chapter 6. Okay, and let's see some here. Now we already have, okay, we don't have any T1 pages yet. Um, let's make this uh let me think for a moment. P0, P1, P2, P3. Um, Let me think for a second. Wait, let's make let's go ahead and let's open this up. Maybe I should copy this over directly. I might do that. Give me a quick sec here. Um, actually, let's open a new tab here. File, new. We're gonna do this temporarily. I'm gonna go into here. This one, Red Hiding Hood. And I'm gonna copy the text here. Let's copy. Let's copy this text. We're gonna copy this text. I'm going to paste it here just for temporary. Then we're gonna take all three of these. Proof for a bargain. What is proof for a bargain? Red leaves. She tells them not reader like here's the enjoyment. Might consider it. Oh. T2. I see. This is the resulting. And that's all going to be completely different. So I don't need to copy this one. I'm going to copy that because we're not going to proof for a bargain. We are doing is this one. We're going to copy this, copy that, and then we're going to go back into we're going to go back into this. We're going to go back into rooms. We're actually going to paste. So let's go down. Wait, let's go all the way down to 6. Okay. Okay, let's go all the way down to chapter 6 here. T1. Okay, so let's paste. Okay. Replace all of them. Actually, that's the only one that's going to be replaced here. So let's go into here. Let's go scene, reload, save scene. Yeah. That's okay because that's what it is. And this chopped up because we didn't copy the one over. So now what I want to do is I want to open this up. I want to leave like this is the contents, but I want to actually put this this in here just in case I need to rewrite it at all. So let's go ahead and cut that, and let's go ahead and we're gonna paste it in here. that. Okay, so this is the old one. I'm just gonna look over it. But what I am gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and save, and we're gonna save room data like that. Okay, and then continuous deal. Copy, and copy that ID, and then we're gonna go to each one of these and edit the door specs. And we're going to go ahead and we're gonna paste that. And Control C, there. Okay, now let's go ahead here. Let's go to door specs. Control V, and do the same thing here. Control V, there. Like that. We're going to save it, and then we're going to go ahead and save room data. See, that already started it right there. See, and here's the deal. So far, we have 1, 2, 3. Wait, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We already have 8. That's good. And then we'll have the other choice down below. So it'll be at least 10 pages, if not more here. And it kind of depends on how I do it, but yeah. That okay. Now let's just go ahead and we're gonna check this out, and I'm gonna decide. I don't have that much time, but we're gonna decide here. Pulls out of hiding, asked her to go conscript the werewolves due to her history. Uh, okay. Okay, and then this is the thing, right? We actually have one more page here, one more resulting page that we got to add here, which includes this part of it. Bard explains the princess was rescued, pulling some old letters, checked X, knowing where everyone is in the mines, finds Scarlet, tells her he needs the werewolves to join his army and help him. She's been reluctant to leave the mines, but finally agrees. Poker. That's interesting. This is the original data here, so I hadn't modified it just yet for I had not modified it. Finally agrees. All right. So let's look at this for a second here. He needs your help. Um, tells her he needs her to join. He needs the werewolves to join his army, and she could help him by going over to their village. Uh, huh. I could actually add a fourth thing in there too. couldn't I? That's actually not a bad idea. Let's do something. I'm going to do something here. It's going to... Yeah. Do I have enough time? Yeah, I got enough time. So just the first title, we'll work on the other decision point just after. I'm gonna add a fourth option here since I can add any number of options I want here now. Really up to 9 because there's only 1 through 9, but I can add to up to 9 choices here if I want to. This is not going to explode. It's just they go all 9 of them would go to the same deal. So I'm gonna add one more, but this is how we're gonna do it. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna open all 4 of these. Open with text editor. Okay. Don't worry about unsaved document. So this is how we do it. Okay. This is how we do it. Do. Okay. Actually, wait. Let's close these first. I'm going to make a copy of one of them, and then I'm going to modify each of their doors to go to the right door. Okay, so let's do that. Let's copy. Let's paste. Okay, let's rename it. Rename this to 4. Okay, and then we're going to call it something like where to go? No Fury. I'll protect you. I'll watch over you. Max protects his investment. I don't know. Max protects his investment. Maybe. Okay. How about just I can protect you, right? This is kind of in the first person just because I could say protection. Red Riding Hood's bodyguard. The bodyguard. The bodyguard. How about that? Bodyguard. Okay, that sounds good. I should change like old times again to like old times. Um, I'll just leave that. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's open. Let's look. Actually, let's open all these up. Open with text editor. Okay, so the first thing is I won't mess with the text until I'm completely done with this. But let's go ahead and add Control C. We'll go here and Control V. except for door to the bodyguard, and the bodyguard is P4. Choice is 4. This is going to be P4, the bodyguard. And we won't worry about the instructions because I'm going to do that in the editor. But right now what I'm doing here is, okay, we did that. And then we're going to go all the way over to bodyguard here. And we're just going to, I'll add in the actual description text in just a second. So this is this is called the bodyguard. The bodyguard, that bodyguard, that, and we don't need to mention it in here because this is a page. This is not a thing. Okay, that's also going to continue still. That's everything's good. That's good, and that's good. Okay, so we're gonna save that, and we're gonna go ahead and close these off. Okay, because what I'm gonna do here is scene, reload saved scene. See, now we got a fourth one. And let's just go ahead and take these. We're going to move them. Whoop. Take these 3. And move them over here. Move this guy over to here. Okay, let's straighten that up just a little bit. I know it kind of wastes time to kind of do that, but to make it a little bit neater to look at, nicer to look at, whatever. A little bit like it's more like it's supposed to be. Okay. And also, like I said, we're gonna actually add a new we're actually gonna add one more thing at the end too, which I might should have done, but I'll just add it by adding a new thing there. But in the meantime, we're gonna go back here. Okay, we are going to remove. He tells he needs the werewolves to join his army and shoot and 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 asks if she would help him by going to their village. Okay. So, kind of like that. Okay. Control S. Save room data. Okay. Now, let's open this up here real quick. Max tells Red to try to remember. So each one of these she agrees at the bottom of these. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna add a thing back in here though. She at first she turns him down, so Max thinks of a few ways to persuade her. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll say hit 4 to try to assure her of her safety. Okay, we'll say okay. Control S, we'll save it. And how much time do I have left? I got a few minutes. I think I can wrap this up. Just give me a quick sec here. Let's open that up. Okay. Max tries to assure Red he will protect her and actually go down. Actually go with her to the werewolf village. He also tells her if they ask for proof. This, I guess it's not really a spoiler. I mean, it's not a spoiler to you guys. It wouldn't be a spoiler. It doesn't need to be a mystery. He's telling they ask for proof. He can um, he can probably do something if he disguises himself as a werewolf. She finally agrees, and then he tells her not to. He tells her to tell them that he's her servant. Okay. Okay, that's good. I like that. Well, S. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add one more room here. Add a room, and we're gonna have to do all the copying and stuff though. So I'm gonna have to name this. Well, actually, it's page 5, right? It's page 5. Uh, okay, so let's go in here. Let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and copy the ID first. Okay, so we'll copy the ID. Then we're gonna say page 5. Off to see the werewolves. Off to see. Off to see the wolves. The wonderful wolves of Enchanted lands. Off to see the wolves. I'll say wolves instead of werewolves just because it's not as long. Off to see the wolves. Okay, Control C. Control V. Off to see space the space wolves. That. And then let's go ahead and copy the chapter over. Copy. And let's go ahead and paste. I should probably wrap it up here, but what we'll do is I'll do a quick wrap up. What I'll do is go ahead and copy these. Okay, we're just gonna copy this directly. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. They agree, right? Oops. Darn. Drop. Did I? I don't need. Well, I don't need to do that, do I? Put it at the end of the page. I don't know if this will fly, but let's go ahead and say room data. It might still be there, but we'll see. Okay. Let's go in this again and okay. So we're gonna actually add this to all four of them. Uh, um, oh, uh, he tells her. He tells her if they ask for proof, he can probably do something if he disguises himself as a werewolf. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna call this a session here. I'm gonna say the end of the session here. Save room data, and I guess I'll see you back in an hour. If let's see, we have two. We only have one extra person watching on YouTube, so thanks for that. And thank you for watching part one, and I will see you in an hour.